Hi guys, welcome back. EXUK here with RPG a Day 2019 number 3. This one is entitled Engage, and like quite a few people it seems, the easiest thing that comes to mind there is something Star Trek related. Tim beat me to it and so did a couple other people. But I'm going to pick a slightly different topic for this. Still Star Trek. Because I've really pondered what to do for this. But what I'm going to pick actually is the original Star Trek role playing game by FASA, which was out in the mid to late 90s. And the reason I'm picking that one is because I absolutely adore the character creation system in it. Only one other game, to my knowledge, I've ever played, a game called Dark Conspiracy, which I'm going to come back to in another vid in a few days. Day 6, I think, looking at that. For exactly the same reason, but they will be different, I promise. And the reason I like the Star Trek, I mean, the system itself is really, really basic, and it's completely missing anything like Starship Combat or anything like that. You had to buy like a tactical Starship Combat Simulator board game, box game sort of thing to do that, and that was hideously complicated. You could play it as a war game, but it never worked when you tried to include it with the RPG. Sorry, getting away from the topic. What I loved about it was the character creation system, because one of the things that sort of bugs me a little bit these days, a bit of a bugbear, with RPGs is simply that game mechanics sort of take over and everybody becomes very cookie cutter. And the way this worked was you'd pick your race and you rolled your stats, and it was like 2d10 plus a value depending on the race you chose. So if I remember correctly, it was something like plus 20 to all stats if you were human, although you were plus 0 on your psychic stat. Although if you were Vulcan, you're like plus 40, something like that. And I like stat generation. I like rolling stats a lot more than point buy these days. But what really made the system work for me and really enjoyable was basically once you'd got your stats down, you picked your race, blah blah blah, and the players had agreed on who was going to play what role. You then sat down and started working out your skills, and it was a percentile based system similar to Call of Cthulhu, where you had a percentage chance and you tried to roll that or less. And the better you did, the better the roll, the better the skill worked. And it would start off by going, right, everybody has these skills at this basic level. So you might have I'm going to say acrobatics, then that'd be wrong. Athletics 10 and carousing so much. You'd get that sort of thing. You then get a set of skills for your sort of like high school education, as it were. But then you had to do your academy, and you had to choose where you were going to be. So you had like command, medical, engineering, science, and security, and that would give you a set of skills and values. And then you had to do your tours of duty, and this is where it got really interesting. You didn't get to choose what tours you did. You had to do a certain number based on the rank you were going to be. So obviously a captain is a captain, your first officer is lieutenant commander, commander, and then lieutenant commander is pretty much what everyone else was going to be. And that was so many tours each to get each rank. And you had to roll to see what you'd get. So you might be playing a say a security officer, but you might roll, have to do 4 tours of duty. One might be merchant marine, which will give you your combat skills. Then you might get 2 tours of duty on board a medical ship. So you're not getting the combat skills as much, but you're getting medical skills. And then you might get attached to the diplomatic corps, and so you're suddenly getting diplomacy. And you ended up with a really varied character. And no two characters sort of really came out the same, even if you tried to do a security officer again or whatever. And that, to go not just for the fact that Engage is Star Trek and whatnot, but also I find that sort of style of character creation much more engaging, because you don't just sit there and look at the mechanics. All right, it may be random, but you were getting a far more interesting character to play. And I always found there was something really appealing to that. I kind of miss in a lot of more modern role playing games. Anyway, I've kind of waffled on. This has gone for like 6 minutes now or something. And hopefully I've made sense in what I've been saying or trying to put across. So I look forward to seeing what everybody else has done for day 3 of RPGADay 2019. And, well, I'm off to bed because I've got a long 9-hour shift in the morning. So good night and happy gaming. Take care, guys.